Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Blinn Bates. I'm an attorney with Woods and Bates in Lincoln, Illinois. This is Legally Speaking. I want to talk today about disclosures in real estate transactions. One of the most frequent disputes we get calls about is after a real estate transaction is closed. This is residential real estate. Buyer is unhappy and saying, seller lied. Seller didn't disclose this issue with the house. Okay, so in Illinois, there are certain disclosures that have to be provided by the seller to the buyer to comply with the law. One of the main ones is the residential real property disclosure, and that disclosure has a lot of questions on it that the seller has to answer and say yes or no. These conditions exist, and these conditions I have knowledge of existing or not existing. Some of those are physical, things like major systems, foundation, roof, plumbing. Are there issues with those things that I know about? Some of those are environmental, like lead paint, radon, asbestos. There's separate radon and lead paint disclosures that have to be provided. Does the property flood? Has it experienced flooding in the basement? Does it leak? Is it in a floodplain? Those types of things. Those are all important. It's really, really important that the seller is truthful about their knowledge. That's where sellers get themselves in trouble a lot. They want to make the property more appealing, so they may fudge the truth a little bit. And this act that requires this disclosure to be provided to the buyer also provides the buyer with a cause of action against the seller if the seller has been untruthful. That can be financially damaging to the seller for sure. That buyer, if they're successful, can get their attorney's fees, they can get costs, they can get damages, etc. So it's really important to be truthful on these disclosures and go through these disclosures with someone that's knowledgeable about them. You don't have any obligation to go do any research of the property or inspect the property or anything. It's all based on what you know, but answering these documents truthfully is really, really important. Just because you're selling the property as is does not negate the requirement to provide these disclosures to a buyer. There are certain conditions that negate having to provide these disclosures, but just selling it as is not one of them. So these have some real legal implications. We advise clients to go over these with us before they sign them and provide them to the buyers. We advise buyers to go over these very carefully and know what they say, to know about the property that they're thinking about buying, to know what they're getting into. If we can help with your real estate transaction, we would be happy to do so. Our telephone number is 217-735-1234. Thank you.